Shuffle T didn't make sense when he entered battle rap. He was too posh, too nervous, too clean. But he was funny, and he had a great way of showing us the funny side of battle rap.
Raptor. It's good, isn't it? So like a dinosaur. Play with the little figurines on the ironing board. Yeah, I mean, when you battled Gemini, you said you'd stick a pyramid in his ribs. That's a talent, mate. Why'd you say this kind of shit when you hit the battle rapping stage? We're going to fly to Egypt to get one and bring it back for that display. Forget the strength you need. You know how much fucking planning that would take?
Though many fans wrote him off as a clown, he eventually managed to ingrain himself within the British scene and became one of its most respected battlers, even overseas.
One American middleweight in your whole country get bodied. We wouldn't fuck with you at all without Soul Shuffling Shoddy. So go on.
But then, England's biggest league, Don't Flop, collapsed, and with it came a hiatus for Shuffle's solo career. In this time, he found many different outlets. He started a podcast, he created a game show, and he published a rhyming dictionary. So he had actually gained fans by the time his return was announced against Soul, who was arguably the best in the UK at the time. As soon as the battle was announced, the British scene was buzzing with anticipation. This would be its biggest battle in a very long time, and Shuffle, who had always seen himself as just one of England's many battlers, now had to contend with the pedestal everyone had been putting him on for years. At the same time, he had to acclimatize to what the scene was now. His last major solo battle against Unanimous had happened near the end of Don't Flop's prime. This one was on a different league, in what looks like an empty studio where his only audience was the production crew and the other battlers on the card. To make things worse, he even realized that the audience was different. He couldn't fall back on the old common references, like Yunnan baking a cake, because the bulk of people who knew about those stories had moved on. He was a stranger here. Most people tuning in would know that he had been very good at a time, and they probably knew some of his biggest moments.
I went to someone recently in a Starbucks who I suspect was a fan of his. Because he went, "Oh, Don't Flop! Do you know when the next Heretic battle is?" I went, "Who, sorry?" He went, "You know, Heretic. The feminine activist." Checking the back of his medicine cabinets because he disagrees with most modern medical practices because of ethical barriers when they test it on rabbits, and he doesn't agree with that depth of analysis. I went, "What?" He went, "Don't worry. Come on, no, he stole your style. But I guess with an added twist because he's posh but goes street whenever he fancies it. He even stole the face you use for bars you get a reaction with." I said, "Mate, are you aware that all of this is rhyming?"
But they didn't understand the scene the way that he did as someone who lived through it. With all of this in mind, he shows up on the day and he gives us a vintage Shuffle T performance. Great jokes.
"So you won't win. You'll crack when the pressure's on. Even soul is an anagram of lose if you spell it wrong."
Funny gags.
There's not enough audience reaction here. I feel like I'm dying alone. I think I have to start providing my own.
Yeah, do it, Shuffle. You're a genius.
Thanks, Dave. They don't know my physics teacher's flatmate's sister's niece's cat's name.
That's fucking genius. Well done.
Joke schemes the lot, and you can get it all at once like a weekly shop.
Coping with erectile dysfunction.
That's for my dad.
And impressively long, complicated rhyme schemes.
Talking roast haggis and mincemeat. Smoke that like a chimney. Toast that till the bone marrow go black and it's crispy. You think your writing's complex? Go back, have a quick read. My notepad is a mystery. That's no Agatha Christie. What are you even still doing here?
And the judges give him the win. But Soul came to this battle with a core thesis.
Yo, you've never rapped unironically in your whole life because he can't pull it off, so he won't try. That's the theme of this battle. You still never rapped unironically in your whole life because he can't pull it off, so he won't try. Yo, you still never rapped unironically in your whole life because you can't pull it off, so you won't try.
And you've never rapped unironically in your whole life because you can't pull it off, so you don't try. Loser.
And even if it wasn't compelling enough to win the battle, it definitely stuck with Shuffle, because he would spend his next many clashes trying to prove Soul wrong. Shuffle's next battle was in Ireland against longtime Irish battler Nugget, and here we see Shuffle's transformation start to take place. He still has his jokes and concept rounds, but he's trying to remove some of the irony from them.
Ah, but he's a vet. Well, of course, yes, like my granddad. He was a veteran of sorts. Turned up for 5 minutes at the start of the Second World War, fucked off, then punched a German child in 1974. There's only about 5 of you out there anyway. Who cares how the top 5 goes? It's like, fuck it, here's a list of my top 5 toes.
His jokes are starting to form around how much better he is than his opponent.
Showed off about your views to Rap Thor. That was so funny that I cried. You showing off about views. Fuck it, man, you tried. Go on Verse Tracker, search Island, add each number that you find. I have more views in 3 battles than your country has combined. Call yourself the GOAT? Absolutely not. In comparison to what? You're in a battle with a god. I'm established in my spot, so talented and hot that I can't tell if I'm being arrogant or not. Look at...
And he even plays out a tongue-in-cheek concept about how good his old performances are.
Look at the classics that I've got, and I'm standing at the top, got people working in the Louvre, losing passion for their job, like, yeah, this is the Mona Lisa. It's not very big. See the brushstroke stuff though? It's impressive shit. Tell you what, if you like this, go on YouTube. This is exquisite. Type in Shuffle T, second round versus Heretic. He's got this bit right where he's talking to this guy and his performance is inspiring, and you know he puts in all these pauses so it's awkward with the timing, and it's not just that as well, but like he's flawless with his writing. Guy on the side like, are you aware that all of this is rhyming?
While the performance still feels like the Shuffle of old, his new self is starting to poke through.
You get me on your card, your business's profit rises. I spit my first bars, you've tripled your stocks and prices. My skill with a pen doesn't know any fucking limits or compromises. Fuck a live performance, you should be selling tickets to watch me write this.
And then, Don't Flop makes an announcement. After an 18-month break, they're ready to host title matches again, but they don't just want to throw any name up against their current reigning champion Crafty, so to create some build-up, they put together a card called Next in Line, where they pitted their top contenders against each other. Headlining the card is Shuffle T versus Kinnell, a brusque, newer battler who had built up a big name for himself in the UK scene during its low period. This battle features Shuffle's most direct response to Soul's angle.
People always say Shuffle's entertaining. They always say that. Imagine if he would try. Well, the concept for this round is what that would look like.
He attempts to strip the irony completely from his approach, showing up to the match with a competitiveness that we've never seen from him before.
You got the nerve to have ambitions of fucking taking the belt? Mate, you crumble every time you get on stage and you melt. This is exactly why the bottom tier should stay on the shelf.
It feels like he's looking at this opportunity as a way to bring himself a legacy beyond viral battles with Fanta and a stick.
And so I think I'm at a point now where it's just like, there's nothing else for me to do apart from sort of either coast on where I'm at or go for the title and sort of solidify the ending of that story. Why?
To let the world know that he's not just a clown. He's one of the best battlers there have ever been. And Kinnell, the unfortunate first step in his path, doesn't even deserve to block his way.
See, just because you're the best of a bad bunch doesn't mean we should go tit for tat. Because this is for the title shot and you're not fucking fit for that. So I'm sorry if I seem pissed off. I just feel a bit attacked because if this was a true #1 contender event, it would have been a mirror match.
Shuffle mentions it in the battle, but you can feel a different energy. You feel like he can't stomach the disrespect of putting him against someone whose name wasn't even whispered during the UK's heyday.
In one moment you're on about 100,000 views, then all of a sudden out the blue you fucking plummet down to you. You seem so boring next to me. Catch him pouring extra cream into a korma recipe. I bet your life savings of 47p that at some point today you have caught an STD. I've got work to do, so you should get get to shooting for the exit, I don't need you sat at my fucking desk chewing on the pen lids.
And this energy carries him through to a unanimous judged win, putting him up for the title shot. This would be Shuffle's attempt to cement his legacy, putting himself in the record book as one of England's champions. Unfortunately, the Crafty battle is probably Shuffle's weakest showing during this period. After the last couple of battles, where he's leaned more and more into battling to win by directly attacking his opponent, you can see a reversion to battling for entertainment. He even mentions in the face-off that that's what he feels makes him better.
Doing what you need to do to win the battle.
I get room
That
shakers,
to
I
me,
make
that
people
to me
laugh,
is the least important thing. It's all about putting on the best show. That's why I've had the longevity I've had. That's
But in
why
this battle, it's not what matters the most.
Well, it is.
What matters the most in this battle is
no,
winning.
No,
it's
not. It's not. It's about putting on the most entertaining battle because that enhances your chances of winning.
So he opens with an angle that, as a Madflex fan, I've always felt is very risky.
Ladies and gentlemen, boring man. Hey, this could be a major release. It's made for the screen. Take it from me. I'll save you a seat. His superpowers truly are amazing to see. He can be skilled and unentertaining simultaneously.
All the opponent has to do is be engaging, and your approach falls flat. Shuffle does get some great material out of it.
On the cool kids, but he's still amateur and with no originality. So you're not a skilled battler. Come on, Craft. I thought getting bullied was meant to build character. An arsenal of skillcraft. But that's why you're a cunt. Because what good is an armory when you fucking can't fire a gun?
But he chokes to end the round, which likely ends the chances of getting a title on the spot.
I mean, you'll never win a war in your life. And see, that's why I'm fucking sick of him. Oh shit, no, I genuinely, no, that's gone.
Ready, yeah? Go, man. Let's go.
His second round is about Crafty doing spoken word poetry, and it's really funny, but he addresses spoken word as a whole and doesn't really go at his opponent at all.
Since when did poetry need to be delivered with awkward timing? Complaining about your practically perfect life while sort of rhyming. Turned up to one of these little poetry gigs. They said slam poetry. I said, all right, poetry shit. And here comes the whitest person I've ever seen racing from the back with a poem that she's written called Racism is Bad. Oh, is it, Stacey? Thank you.
And to be honest, an approach like this could work in this kind of battle, but it's hindered by one other issue. In both this round and the first, he's taken a lot of jabs at Craft that feel more like someone who doesn't know how to insult someone trying to act like they do.
And that's the biggest difference. And while you can't match with Shuffle, you sit there and click your fingers, I sit back and crack my knuckles. There's the... See, it's all about variety. And I've got a lot in my spice rack. I'm like Thanos because I might snap.
It comes off uncomfortable, like he's still not figured out how to both be himself and attack. He gets better in the third with attacks that fit his style.
So boring next to me. Such awkward energy. Your face looks like it was drawn from memory. Having you at the helm is a total waste. I heard your track on the radio once. I thought, fuck me, this is overplayed. I am the Pokemon you should hope and want to eventually evolve into.
But by now, it's just too late. And you still have some of those lines that just feel uncomfortable.
No debates. Know your place. If someone put you on their Mount Rushmore, I'd just look down at them. Stony face.
Even the point he ends on just kind of feels awkward.
Because when it comes to repping the title, they won't pick the poison fruit. I just make more sense from a business point of view.
It feels like he's still struggling to understand his place in the scene, and he's bringing his best guess at it to the battle. He comes across as conflicted between whether he's a great battler because he's a great entertainer, or if he's good at breaking somebody down, or if he can attack them well. And this confusion that you feel in his material leads to you as a viewer finding it impossible to buy into what he's saying. To be honest, it doesn't even feel like he believes it. And the judge's decision reflected it, going 4-1 to Crafty, considering what Shuffle said about himself in the face-off.
I think I'm the best active battler at the moment.
There we go. You love that. As a quote, you feel like you are the best active battler in the UK right now.
Well, and inactive.
This has to stay. Since the win against Soul, this was the first wake-up call that his old style won't win him battles in the current era, and he has to adapt if he wants to live up to the status he claimed, especially now that there's no way for him to get a title to prove it. And you can tell that he sat with this thought for a while when he gets to his next battle against Georgie Roots. This battle is the first and possibly only time when you would ever call Shuffle T a bully, and it's because he seems to have found a way to attack with his natural style. The difference between status in Shuffle and Georgie definitely helps, because it's much easier to make fun of someone when you have so many more years on them and you can just make them look like a dumb child.
You tried Nick and Tone's crown in his hometown. Wicked, so how did it go, pal? Did you win it? No? Wow!
And for 3 rounds, that's exactly what he does, completely outclassing Georgie, making him look like a joke.
You look like a rat with its spine stretched that learned to stand on its hind legs. And you've no style. You look like someone from school's half-brother who got arrested for kidnapping his own child.
And unlike in the battle against Craft D, he now feels so comfortable that even the braggadocious lines just carry much more weight.
You couldn't get the best of me if your whole life had been a montage. Why am I facing someone I wouldn't even have on my podcast? I fuck a big fish in a small pond, I'm a blue whale in a shot glass.
After delivering a scattershot first, his second round is a masterclass on angle execution, bringing up a charity boxing match to defuse 2 of Georgie's strongest weapons in his arsenal, his knife bars and his aggression, at the same time.
Seen you fight. Jesus Christ. You need a knife. Don't get arrested if an officer ever sees it. Just show him the boxing match. Probably let you keep it. Because this thing was running blind from one to the other side just to find something high to duck behind. I mean, you trained to fight for weeks and posted about it on Facebook about 80 times at least just to turn the boxing match into a game of hide and seek. Over in the corner like there is no way he's finding me.
Shuffles won the battle before Georgie even gets to wrap his second round, and you can tell that he knew this going into the battle, because besides throwing a couple more jabs at Georgie,
You seem so boring next to me. Such awkward energy. If a 15-year-old girl was like, my boyfriend's 23, you are who we'd all expect to see.
he uses the third to firmly establish the new place that he wants to take up in the scene, stepping up to the pedestal that everybody puts him on.
Think that you're ahead of me, then you've ignored my legacy. I am thought of better and more respected than George could ever be. The people who are outside are winning all kinds of wars using material I have heard a fucking million times before. And that's the...
He literally calls himself a legend at one point.
Turn on the legends, so we curse and neglect them, as if they've earned our attention, deserve our affections.
He shows us that he cares about writing and penmanship much more deeply than most people in the British scene, and he wants to speak up for where battlers go wrong as a way to show that he is one of the best in that lane. And this realization comes across in his performance, making you really buy into his self-aggrandizement in a way that you couldn't in the last match.
And all the fans can do is rush to the stages and they've just got to take it. Well, I've come to the plate with structural changes, armed with more than just a bunch of fucking punches and name flips. Like when Neo sees the dozens of acres of hundreds of faces shoved onto spaceships, plugged into stasis, stuck in the matrix. I'm the one that can change this. I'm coming to save you. This is the point. You could take one bar from me and mix it up with 100 more. People will immediately know which one was mine and be fucking sure. I could take one from you and 2 other newcomers from the current core, and nobody would ever be able to identify which one was yours.
Battle rap fans have finally gotten to see Shuffle realize his potential. There's no tongue-in-cheek, no quoted irony. He just tore down his opponent while staying true to himself, and Georgie got to stand in front of the best Shuffle T performance. Well, the best so far. Because if you know Shuffle T's career, you know what's coming next. His biggest and best battle, Shoddy Horror. It's only right that the run that started against one of the UK's best ends against its biggest battle rap legend, the most viewed UK battler and one half of the most viewed English battle ever. After losing his chance at the title, this is as close as Shuffle can get to a second chance at cementing his legacy. And after the Georgie Roots battle, he definitely has the tools to meet the moment. The only challenge is, Georgie Roots was clearly the worst battler. He was newer, he had fewer accolades, fewer moments, less recognition. Shoddy is the opposite of that. He's probably the UK's most respected battler in the world. Shuffle can't talk down to him or bully him in the same way. And before the battle even starts, from the intro alone, you can already see how big an underdog Shuffle T is.
Some said I wasn't gonna show up! That's what the talk was about! I show up to the showdown to show up and to show up all the crowd!
Shoddy has a lot of qualities that make him as good a battler as he is. One of the most prominent is his ability to control a crowd. In this first round, he also puts another of his best qualities, his rapping ability, on full display, all while trying to compete with Shuffle's humor, which everybody knows is Shuffle T's best quality.
Complicated rhymes! Yeah, multisyllabics. They absolutely have to be done when you're rapping with a punch like, and plus the grammatical structure and pattern needs a strict function and fashion, but I'll allow for slight discrepancies depending on the native tongue and the accent, but that... Fucking guy. Awkward as fuck, walking like he's got a wooden spine. Doesn't let you sing happy birthday to him, cause it doesn't rhyme.
On the surface, it definitely feels weird for Shoddy to be spending half his round making fun of Shuffle's rhyming dictionary and the other half making fun of his coat, but pay attention to how cleanly he gets through his material, along with the change of paces that he brings into his performance.
In the same jacket for 10 years, or you got 10 that stacks on a special rack like Dexter's Lab. Each of them have a tiny pocket which contains a microscopic list of all the sex you've had. That coat screams! That coat screams, why does she never text me back? So dirty, every time he wears it, his neck gets chapped and his flesh is cracked with the reddish rash. I gave him a hug last week and my leg was scratched. I had to get a Dettol bath. I had to get a Dettol bath for the tetanus jab. Fuck that coat!
Shoddy is showcasing a high level of technicality that Shuffle simply can't match. So it's a good thing that Shuffle didn't try to. His opener lets us know that he's taking a different approach with this first.
Everybody's been telling me I will never survive this next foe. I was never alive, been sentenced to life. They sent me to fry at death row. They've already supplied some fresh clothes, the burial site, the headstone. I'm dead on arrival, end of the line, but ready to die, so let's go!
After the Craft D loss, he seems to have realized what the crowd wants in a mega matchup like this. He doesn't just try to entertain, he's battling.
I'm talking to him since it's clear a therapist never did. Because you on social media's nuts. I mean, you've got this anger that brews. There's different versions of him. These doppelgangers who use. Someone said something he don't like, he's gotten mad in a mood. Now Shotty's back in the room, you're not the Adam we knew.
He plays some prophetic defense.
We're having this clash judged too. By performers he would have to know. Because they rap for your platform. This sports arena that you own. I can only imagine which way they all will see the battle go. This is about as unbiased as Kim Jong-un in a North Korean talent show.
And he masterfully breaks down Shoddy's character.
Acting like everyone's against him. What an arrogant view, like you're the center of attention. Your logic has to improve. Not everybody's a snake, a shocking fact, but it's true. When you fall out with everyone, then the common factor is you.
It's still in his own rap style, but he left out all of the antics and digressions that could have taken away from his approach and left the audience wanting more. But Shoddy never goes down easy. His second round is his best of the battle, and he's very direct this time.
We don't believe in you. So many elite MCs are leagues above you. We don't believe in shuffle like the dealer hustle.
Mixed in with powerful punches, Shoddy delivers a complete destruction of Shuffle's style.
You think pretending to not have an ego is the cheat code? Like it's an invincible spell. He thinks if any MC is giving him hell, he just needs to giggle as well, and it isn't enough. You rhyme words together really well. That's why the people love you, but that's just one piece of the secret puzzle. That's like missing the sea because you see the puddle. That's where you seem to struggle. You perform like your knees would buckle if you even push up a feeble muscle.
You actually notice some echoes of Soul's approach against him.
Just copies Ricky Gervais's whole shit and makes it right.
I'm unimpressed. I don't need to watch a shuffle battle to tell you what could have happened. It's formulaic. I could have guessed. Funny how you called shuffle when we always know what's coming. I can't shuffle!
It doesn't have quite as much impact for the people who followed Shuffled's recent run, since we know that he's expanded his toolkit, but for the majority of the audience, it all hits. Plus, Shoddy has another attack that carries even more weight for the people who have been following Shuffled's recent run and know about his ongoing quest to make a legacy.
Let's talk foundations. There's a difference between rock bottom and groundbreakers.
After Shuffle spent all his recent battles saying he's levels above his opponents, Shoddy is putting him in his place, and he really drives the nail in on this.
Shotty, Tony, Soul, Kruger, Bizzo, Bobby, Yunnan, you're about 8ish. Wait, that's without K. I can't downplay it.
In an almost poetic note, to tie the bow on the strongest round that Shuffled stood in front of in this run, Shoddy delivers the lesson that Shuffled's been trying to learn this whole time.
Echelon shit, stop you being the biggest you could be. If you don't believe it, we don't believe it as well. I mean, oh, that's self-deprecating. Only made you belittle yourself.
It also doesn't help much that Shuffled's second round is dominated with a jokey concept that only proves Shoddy's point.
Hey, yeah, can I speak to someone in HR? Yeah, it's to do with well-being and safeguards. 2915 is the number on my name card. My place of work is Shotty Horror's graveyard.
But he does manage to get a little win over Shoddy as he plays it out.
He was meant to be in for a meeting at 1:45 now. Some are saying he won't show up. Well, that's what people are saying.
And then, about halfway through, Shuffle switches gears back to battling, so the crowd still doesn't go hungry.
When he does smile, his face ID doesn't recognize me. But I'm not intimidated by you. That isn't how I'm raised. I don't feel fear next to you. I just feel massively out of shape. Now,
he brings forward the ego that he's been discovering through this journey, finally able to put it on display believably.
I could have had this battle in your house, in your parents' living room, and had them both arguing over who they give it to. Your mum gives it to me. Now, I was in 8 Mile as well. You seen it? Ah, it's genius as fuck. Producer called me personally and said, "We need you for this, Shuff." I was meant to lose to Eminem, but the scenes have all been cut. Apparently me getting beat wasn't believable enough.
But ultimately, he isn't able to do enough to catch up to Shoddy. It's 1-1 going into the third. Shuffle needs to win the last round if he wants this journey to be remembered as more than just a flash in the pan. And Shoddy isn't making it easy for him.
There's 2 types of funny in this world, bro. And you're both of them.
He spends this round calling Shuffle out for working with Don't Flop, despite also working closely with some of the people who were ripped off in the fallout of the league's closure.
I don't fuck my friends over. You get bad luck from it. Pussy, try being a stand-up guy before you try being a stand-up comic.
And he pulls material out of this angle that scores heavy points.
He's paying you with the money that he owes to them. Don't act like you didn't know any better. Crazy that you made a paper back when you was the staple that didn't have the spine to hold it together. That shit he did with Liam and Freddie, that shit made us sick. They ain't just anybody's. Without them, I don't think the scene you see today exists. I'm not saying you're a piece of shit because you didn't hold it down. I'm just saying you ain't legit. Because he tried doing the same shit to my brother, and we squatted up and created this.
He then turns this angle into positioning Shuffle as an outsider to the battle rap scene.
So fuck Shuffle T and his book and he's infiltrating gentrification of the class. Oh. These posh cunts see what the streets created with the scraps and want to turn it into data in an app. Yeah.
And he ends it on Shoddy's most quoted line from the battle.
Click this link and learn how to be hip-hop. Fuck off! We ain't got the patience for all that. For your book to be useful to me, I'd have to tape it to my app so I was safe from getting stabbed.
The round does get left open though, because the ending is a bit awkward.
Another straight white male with a podcast. with long hair and edgy jokes. It's fucking Russell off-brand. That's me, thank you.
And although we don't see it in the footage, the story is that Shadi choked in this round as well.
Yeah, someone was saying that they think a choke got edited out.
There was kind of an awkward moment where he's like
and if
walking
there was
around.
a choke edited out, that's probably when
Maybe he lost a little moment.
That being said, it's still a strong round that Shuffle needs to contend with to win, so it's a good thing that he does. He opens talking about Shadi making an Oasis cover album, which doesn't really get a lot of points.
That Scum of the Earth album was so Oasis influenced, it was crazy. I said, do you think you might have ripped them off a bit? He said, maybe!
But he uses it to say that Shadi's writing has gotten worse.
You're energy starved and you'll try, but never re-grasp on those heights. Your penmanship starts to decline, your presence, your bars and your lines, and everything's harder to rhyme. So all you've actually done is perfected the art of disguise. That's why you're running out of smoke like a contestant and stars in their eyes.
Then transitioning into talking about a line that Shadi had in a recent battle against Tally.
That's why he's saying shit lines these days like, it Tally and blood run in the streets. Oh my God, you're such a prick. Tally and blood run in the streets. I'll slow it down, I'm outmaneuvering. I'm getting a bit too complex, so let me do some tutoring. See, I said something about the mafia. But I included in his pseudonym. I didn't give a shit if you crammed his name in there, it still has fuck all to do with him.
From there, he fully steps into the position that we'd seen him starting to adopt when he faced Georgie Roots, criticizing the scene as a whole in a way that resonates with all fans of battle rap.
Let me say something simple and make it official. Battle rap bars aren't personal just because their name or initial is placed in the middle.
And then he delivers the battle ender.
There's always praise for you, and you're showered with it, put on a pedestal, like some proud exhibit. They put you in their top 4. They've mapped out your image where you can take Mount Rushmore. I'll take Mount Olympus.
It's the bar of the battle, and it fully defines Shuffle's place in UK battle rap. He doesn't need to be more than one of the many battlers, like he used to see himself. Being one small part of the scene is what gives him the insight that makes him such an incredible battler. It's not that he needs seniority to talk down on an opponent, like we thought was the case with Georgie Roots. He's able to do that to anyone, because he has insight and penmanship that sets him apart. Shadi and some of the names that he listed may be the pioneers and the originators, but that doesn't stop Shuffle from being the best in the scene right now. And I know I said that ended the battle, but he still has a bit more material to go.
You say I'm a clown as if it means that I'm annoyed. I love that reputation, that's my pride and joy. So go find some roids, alright, enjoy. Take that belt to its biting point. I'll just kick you in the bollocks with my clown shoes so hard you'll have a higher voice than a choir boys. Now listen.
Now, this part didn't get much reaction, but I just love it for the conclusion that it brings to his arc. He spent every battle after the Soul Battle trying to show us that he was more than just the clown, that he could rap unironically. But now he's finally accepted that he is a clown, and that's why he wins. And then comes the closer.
You're an imitator. You see what's out there and you claim it. I'm an innovator. I see what's out there and I change it.
I've kind of gone back and forth on whether I'm reading too much into these battles being part of a specific period of Shuffle's career, but I think this last section of Shuffle's round shows the journey that he's been on, and most importantly, it shows us that his identity crisis is over. He's worked out exactly who he is and what his place is in battle rap, and he's the only person who can fill it. And it's kind of perfect that in the best battle of Shuffle's career, where he comes to accept his place as this clown in battle rap, he also loses the judge decision to an opponent who choked. But at the same time, he managed to create what he couldn't against Soul, a UK classic, his first and only. And what a journey he's gone on to get here.